Hey y'all, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This particular video, of course, we are talking about College Hill Celebrity Edition, which does come on BET Plus. If you don't have BET Plus, don't worry because I watched it for you, okay? And I paid for it, so you ain't got to pay for it. So watch the video all the way through, do all the things. This is season 3, um, episode 7. Don't get lost in the sauce. We only got one more episode, y'all. Next week is the season finale. You know, College Hill Celebrity Edition only gives us 8 episodes, which is enough for me. It's enough for me. Like I said, don't forget to do all the things, subscribe to the channel. Okay, it's still a growing channel. Thank y'all for commenting. You guys are always getting in the comments. I like that. Share the video where you like to share your content and hit that thumbs up button. You know, we gotta push these videos through the algorithm so the channel will grow. I can continue to give y'all more content. Okay, I am, slowly getting back recharged with YouTube. I feel recharged. And y'all, now I got to be on a break because the shows are taking a break. I talked about it on one of the last videos. If you watch Family Empire Houston, I think I talked about it on that video as well. So we're not going to get that show until August 16th. And I believe Love and Marriage Huntsville, August 17th. I still owe y'all the review for the last episode. So, like I said, I know I'm late, but since we got time, 3 weeks to kill, we not stressed about being late over here, okay? Because then we not got no content. Um, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I'll talk about sisters, I guess. I really avoid reviewing that show because it's too much. Maybe I'll do some shorts. I'll do, you know what? That's what I'll do, y'all. Maybe I will do some shorts or something on each character or something. I know I definitely want to talk about Gary and Andy and everything going on. So maybe we'll do some kind of discussion about sisters. I don't know. Maybe we'll do more movies. I don't know what we're gonna do to fill the time. We're gonna figure it out though. We just can't be sitting on silent for 3 weeks. We can't do that. Maybe we'll do a live talk about life, child. Let me know what y'all want to do in these 3 weeks. If you got something you want to see, you want to do, let me know in the comments. Also I checked to see when Bel Air is coming back. That's not coming back to August 15th, so there's that. So I guess that will replace College Hill then. We'll just do that like that. Because I believe that's a Thursday show as well. And y'all know your girl's back at work and in school. For me, my own schooling starts at the end of August. So hopefully I'll be able to juggle everything. Pray for me to be organized. And then I know I spoke about last housekeeping thing before we get to the review. I know somebody I talked about doing And Just Like That, the sequel to Sex and the City. And somebody in the comments let me know in the last video that they would want to see that review. So I will do it. I checked and they are filming right now in New York City. And it's not going to come out the next year. So we don't got to worry about that right now. So when it comes out, we will talk about it. Okay. Yeah, y'all just make sure y'all have y'all bell notifications on so y'all can just keep up, help me keep up. We'll do all the things. Okay, let's get to the review. Child, where did they even start the episode? Child, I gotta remember. Oh, they was in that the music class. Is it ethnography? I forgot the professor. I believe it's Dr. Davis. You know, she got the Erica Badu rap on her head. Shout out to her. And they kind of replayed the most of the scene, pretty much the scene they played at the end of the last episode. I was like, didn't we already see this scene? But they did edit it differently, I will say. Because we got a little bit more about Saucy's background and how he grew up in Connecticut and then they moved to Florida, I guess when he was like 10 or 11. And he said that's when he really got into music, and that's why his music has that Florida sound, the cadence, the words, and he samples a lot of Florida rappers, and he doesn't get trouble for the samples. So a lot of people don't know the music, only he really knows the music. So he said he really liked the class, and this was his favorite class. The professor let them know that part of their final was going to be going down to Congo Square and doing the drums. You're gonna have to do the drums or dancing. You got to participate in Congo Square in some kind of way. I was like, I could do that final all day. That Mardi Gras final and that Congo Square final. I could do that all day. I could even do that policy one. I mean, mine is like writing 25 pages. I mean, well, I've done that before, so I could even do that one. Like talking in front of the senator, I would actually really have enjoyed that as well. So, yeah, I really liked the work they did this particular season. I can't remember what they did last year. And then when Frida was on and reminding us what they did with her season, I was like, oh yeah, like they did some pretty cool stuff that season too. Um, Speaking of last season, before I get too far in this review, whoever leaked the footage of Jocelyn and Amber to TMZ, you need to be ashamed of yourself. Now, but how much did you get paid? Okay. You probably got a nice little check for that. So, I ain't mad, but I'm mad. But I'm mad. But I'm not mad. Okay. You know. And then, they were showing I seen the clip on Shade Room. I'm just like, we didn't need that right now. Like, already Amber Rose been in the news because she's supporting that orange man, and then they go, resurface this clip. Like we got other stuff to worry about. We got Sonya Massey. Like we got other stuff to worry about. We ain't got time to worry about this fight that happened last year. So miss me with that. Like, okay, who cares? I was like, why y'all got this? Why? Anyway, back to this season of College Hill. Thank God they didn't have that kind of drama. I feel like this was a good season of College Hill Celebrity Edition, personally. It definitely was more about like the schoolwork, right? So, she said back to, the music class, and she said they're gonna playing at Congo Square. So then they show Saucy talking about, him being a rapper. He started rapping in 2018 or 19, I believe he said. People said, didn't really support him in the beginning. They said he couldn't be a gay rapper. He just saw himself as a rapper, but now he does consider himself like a queer rapper, and like LGBTQ community rapper or whatever. If I said all that wrong, please forgive me. Anyway, so now, he's definitely made a big name for himself. He really has. So he was they kind of did like a package on him, and he was saying what his, paper is going to be about, like him doing that. So I think he kind of wrote up what he wanted Nick to say for that newspaper thing, right? And we'll get to that assignment. I forgot to talk about it in the last episode. So they're showing Saucy answering questions in class. He doing good. Everybody's like, okay, Saucy's like, this is a rebirth of Saucy. He's really doing his thing. I was so proud of him. They even showed him doing at the basketball game, doing, dancing with the cheerleaders, performing his song a little bit, doing his practicing, because he was on the cheerleading team, but we ain't seen him go to NAM practice since the first time. But we saw him really engaging. He said he gonna show them Xavier students that he could walk it like he talking. I said, okay, go ahead. And then like the way Nick was just like, his face was lit up for the stands, like, and standing up cheering for him, the way Karlos was lit up, and they were so happy to see him like engaging and doing his thing. And I was like, oh, like it literally almost brought tears to my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, the way like Saucy is really engaging and enjoying school, and then the way that these two Black men are supporting their brother Saucy. I just loved it. And then Saucy, you disappointed me the rest of the episode, and I was pissed. Okay, but we're gonna get to that too. So, anywho, and y'all, I'm trying to hurry up because I ain't worked out all week. So I was like, I gotta get this workout in today. I got to do it. And it's late already. I mean, late enough. But I got to get it in. So I had to recover, y'all. So anywho, so yeah, now back in the music class, Angela was snoring. She was falling asleep, and Saucy was like, "Oh, wake that A up, wake that A up, wake that A up." And so he's like, "When I fall asleep, y'all make it a big deal. So no, you need to be awake." The professor's like, "You good, girl?" She said she tired. She said she been putting in a lot of work trying to get her grades up. She not falling asleep because she been out partying all night. She made a little dig at Saucy. So I think everybody at this point gets back to the house. Claudia got massages for the ladies, and Tamar was really into it. She's like, she needed a touch from somebody. She's like, thank you, Jesus. She's over there moaning the girl, and she's like, hallelujah, hallelujah. She was really praising the Lord. She says you need touch from God. She need to be, she need the kinks rubbed out. Okay. So that was, cool to see them get the massage. Anyway, then Professor Child, I said I was gonna remember this lady name and I forgot it already. The advisor lady. Doctor. It's right here. It's gonna come to me later. Anyway, y'all know the advisor lady. um she, did a video call with the house. So they got all the housemates together. Now they ain't got the big fancy screen like they did the last two seasons. That you could tell they had the little computer. They hooked it up to the TV. Yeah, it was getting basic. So they got ready in the house. So she just reminded them like this is going to be finals. Graduation is this week. Your final for these last couple finals, I guess, are like 25% of your grade. She said, if you have any issues, like this is time to talk to your professor right now. And she's just saying, like, they're pretty much at the end of the process and how things are going to wrap up. So then with Saucy, she said, Saucy, I do want to have a one-on-one conversation with you tomorrow on campus. Let's set aside a time to meet up. So he was like, well, I'm available now if you want to meet. And so she's like, no, I think it'd be better to do it in person. And so then he was like, well, I'm not going to be available tomorrow. And then that was pretty much the end of the meeting. So then Saucy started spiraling and he said, no, she always want to gang up on me. And she thinks she's gonna kick me out of school. Like she about to mess with my education. You know what? I'm about to leave. Help me pack my stuff. Now Saucy got his moo on. He running around the house. He's just spiraling out. He said he ain't about to do nothing. He's basically giving up now that the professor said that. And Claudia's like, Saucy's having a temper tantrum because the professor wants to meet with him, and she's just sick of it, right? And I'm sick of it too. Like you don't even know what the lady's about to say. Like go have the meeting, hear her out. And I think she's going to say he still can pass because he has put in a little bit of effort, not a lot, but he has put in a little bit of effort. So I was disappointed when he started doing all that. Like it's not that serious. And she probably wanted to meet with him in person. Now, part of me is like, lady, just meet with him now because like you not go get this done. Like, but at the same time, I understand why she wanted to meet with him in person as well. And she is the professor, he is not. So he needs to, kind of fall in line with what she says. I think she wanted to meet in person to have the full experience of the meeting, like, really pick up on body language. Not that you can't do it online, but really like get into it better than like screen to screen. You know what I mean? Like really connect with him and see what's going on. I think that's why she wanted to meet in person. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. So, Saucy spiraling, he told me about to have a drink. He ain't doing no more work. He feels like when is his best gonna be good enough. Nick is like, Saucy shouldn't give up. First you don't succeed, you keep trying. Tamar's like, he got a chance to still graduate. Like he needs to put in the work. So everybody's just, same old thing, same old thing. At some point we saw, and y'all know I'm gonna go out of order. Follow me. So at some point we saw Karlos sit down to Nick because Nick was looking, a little distraught in the face. He was like, what's going on? Talk to your therapist, Karlos. Karlos, you are not a therapist, sir, but okay. He said that Nick said that he has a baby on the way. Now I'm like, is this the same wife you were married to? I'm assuming it's the same lady, I believe that was his wife, that he was with on couples retreat when him and Claudia were on the same season. I'm hoping it's the same lady. I guess that would make sense. Anyway, so he said the baby's name got to start with an N. But I was like, why he looks so weary about it? Maybe because he doesn't play basketball anymore. I don't know. So Carl said Nicodemus, and then Nick was like, nah, you be doing good, but nah, the names is not gonna cut it now. So at some point Karlos and Claudia were in Claudia's room talking, and Claudia, I guess, had all these snacks in her room, and Karlos was like, why are you saving all these snacks? Are you like a survivalist or something? I feel like that was like a wink because Claudia was on that Deal or No Deal survivor show, which I did not watch and I will not be watching. So I feel like that was kind of like the joke or whatever. That was like a waste of scene. He talking about, being in his room and enjoying himself and blah, blah, blah. Like, who cares? All right. Then I believe it was like the next day, Claudia's in the kitchen. They talking about eating chicken and waffles. Was that what they was eating? Now Angela's down there. She had her wig on, honey. She had that wig laid. That hair looked good. I think she's Black China today. So anyway, they were going to be going out and getting the extra credit. So the political science teacher said that they can earn extra credit by doing this voter registration event. What they're going to be doing is having people scan a QR code and they go to the link to register to vote. And then they would sign their name and put their initials so that they can count up all the votes. It will be the guys against the girls. So it's going to be Nick and Karlos against Claudia and Angela. Angela said, she wants to get this extra credit because, she wants to bring those grades up. She got the C. She said she's been working hard, turning in assignments, taking care of business, getting it done so she could still try to get valedictorian. And she said with the project from the Mardi Gras class, she ended up, converting it to proper PowerPoint form and getting it turned in. Because remember, she got like a C in that class because she didn't do the PowerPoint correctly, as well as Nick didn't either. And I don't know if I talked about this on that episode review because I meant to, and I might have forgot. I took for granted that everybody knows how to do PowerPoint. I was like, they don't know how to do PowerPoint. But I guess, when would they use it, right? Well, I didn't, like, when I was watching the episode, I was like, how y'all don't know how to do PowerPoint? But, maybe they never used it. But, I mean, they got to be, like, around my age. Like, maybe they would have used it in high school. I don't know. But it's not that hard on Google Meets. It can be tedious, though. And I don't know how to do all the things on PowerPoint. Like, there's a lot of stuff I probably don't know how to do on PowerPoint as well. But I know how to, put a little presentation together that look, good enough and has the information and and I'll do the pictures and embed a video and all that. But I'm glad they learned how to do it. And a lot of college classes do, sometimes teach you things like, how to do research or, putting together stuff like that. But a lot of times they expect you to know how to do that stuff as well. Anyway, so Saucy's not going out because he said he's not doing all that. He don't need the extra credit. Although he did get a B in that class. And Tamar has a migraine, so she's not going out as well. So they go to do the voter registration thing. I forgot if he gave them like an hour or something. So the girls are doing really good. They said that they, will follow people back on Instagram. Claudia said she ain't opposed to using, her sex appeal, or I said she gonna use what she got to get what she wanted to get them voter registrations. Okay. The girls were doing really good and the guys felt like they were falling behind, so Karlos ordered like 50 pizzas, so they were bribing people with pizzas. Nick bribing people with a party and shoes. I was like, how are you gonna do all that? And so the girls was like, oh, I don't eat that stale pizza. So they caught there was another professor there, I don't remember the lady's name, so she counted up the girls votes, and the political science professor, I forgot the gentleman's name, he counted out the guys' votes, and the girls ended up getting 123. I thought the guys were going to beat the girls this time for real, but the guys got 92. But they weren't that far away. So the guys won, and Karlos actually took it well this time. He's like, damn, I can't believe the girls won again. He's like, but that goes to show, even with two beautiful ladies, they can't beat out. Beautiful ladies will beat out the pizzas, basically what he's saying. Nick was going off of Karlos, I was doing this and that downstairs, but yeah. So also at some point we seen also he gave the girls the extra 5 points, but then so Claudia was happy because she's trying to get that valedictorian, and so but he ended up giving everyone the extra 5 points. So she was mad about that because she's like, dang, now it's gonna make it harder for me to be in the lead, right? At some point, like I said, we seen Angela and Karlos talk, and Angela says saying how Karlos has came a long way from when he first came to the house. He was angry and bursting out in class and not wanting to do anything. And now she was like, he's made a full turnaround. And so he was just saying like, he's really a loner, especially being a comedian. But having to work in a group project and be responsible and be a part of something bigger than himself really made him see the big picture and help him jump in. And he really did. We saw his growth journey on this show. And one thing I do have to give this show is I feel like the storytelling this season was pretty good, minus the saucy part. And when it comes to saucy, part of me was wondering, are they trying to like have somebody do 2 seasons every time now? Because remember Ray J messed up his first season, he had to come back the next season. Are they trying to do that with Saucy? Like, or is Saucy like purposely messing up so he will have to come back next season, or he really just that's how he really? I'm like, does he really act like this? Because next episode, we see him, TP in the house and the way he's acting. I'm like, do he really act like this in real life? Like, is this how you really are? Because if it is, that's a problem. Like, what? What? So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all think it's for real or for play? Saturday, setting us up for next summer. Anywho, now everyone is getting ready also to do the assignment. They're working on finals and everything. Saucy said he going out to the club. He not about to write Nick's article. Nick is like, dang, like I can't read the newspaper. Like, come on, dude. He's out of feeling that Saucy was not gonna write my article, and we keep trying to encourage Saucy, but we gotta focus on ourselves, and y'all do. At the end of the day, Saucy got a warning for Saucy, and that's all it is to it. So he ended up, remember Claudia was going to do it, but she had too much work to do. So he reached out to another class, like one of the regular classmates, and she was going to write his article. So we see everyone interviewing each other for the articles, and Angela was interviewing Claudia and asking her about her being a media personality and what she's learned and all that. And she says she's learned not to judge people's stories because judge people on what they do or whatever, because there could be a backstory. We see Karlos and Tamar interviewing each other, and he was asking Tamar, like, what's the biggest lesson you got from your big sister? I'm assuming Tony. So she said, just sing, like, let them talk, just sing, which I feel like that's pretty good. We don't see like Toni Braxton responding to stuff and all that. Like but Tony's from the old school. She stay in her lane and do her thing. She is living legend, Toni Braxton, as Tamar would say. So like I said, Nick had to get his paper done by somebody else. So anywho, then we do see the class go down to Congo Square. Saucy does not go attend that as well. He said he not going. Nick is trying to encourage him again. Like, man, when you show up, you do good things. And he's like, I think I got to show up, but I'm not showing up to this. I was like, that's the easiest assignment. That's the class you said you like. I was so irritated that Saucy did not go down to Congo Square. And that looked so fun. And the teacher said, you're going to be dancing or you're going to be drumming. Okay, you got to be participating. That's part of your grade. That's how she would grade you. So we see Karlos and Nick. I think we just saw them doing the drums. Angela, we saw her do drums. We saw her dance. We seen Claudia dancing. Tamar, I believe we saw dancing as well. And they were having a good time. Karlos was honored that they could, be out there. You could feel the ancestors. And so I believe Angela was telling us the history of Congo Square. They gave us a little history lesson. So during the colonial times, the freed people as well as the enslaved African Americans, they would have their like one day off, and so they would come down there to Congo Square, and they would dance and do the drums and everything like that, and that helped. That's like kind of where jazz music came from. So that was really cool to learn because I did not know that. And so they really enjoyed it. Claudia said you could really feel the spirit. You could. It's like catching the Holy Ghost in church. You could feel the spirit of the ancestors. They had somebody dancing. I would have loved to go down there and experience Congo Square. I would love to do that. Nick said he was honored that these professional drummers let them participate with them. They were showing them how to do it. They had to do a particular beat, and that was cool to me. I like that. So then the next day they went to the Converge media class, and they had to write the article that would go in the newspaper, and then they had to in class present on what they wrote. So each team went up together. Saucy did not show up at first, right? So Claudia and Angela went up first. Angela was very nervous. She had her phone out, reading from the phone, which I guess was fine. She was stumbling over her words. She had to keep starting over. She said, she was nervous because last time in the class she had a meltdown. And she doesn't like doing public speaking, which I'm shocked, right? But maybe as Black China, it was easier to put herself out there. And she did say, and I forgot to mention in the last review in the Bible study that she used Black China as a way to like kind of protect Angela. And I think that if, I'm glad that she, got baptized and she's done all these things. Um, if she could use some of the confidence and boldness of Black China, not, the bad girl behavior, um, and channel that into her, she gonna do big things. Like, I see big things for you, Angela. Like, we rooting for you over here, girl. Anyway, she spoke about Claudia, saying Claudia's just not a media personality. Like, she gives back, and they showed the clips on the screen, which I thought was really cool, and pictures of the celebrities. So they like tied it in all together with production. So Claudia gives back to high schools. Like, she donates her gowns for the girls who can't go to prom, can't afford a prom dress, which I thought was really cool, because you guys know I work at a high school, and we have, the regular prom, but I teach special needs, and we have our special needs prom, and we have a closet for the girls, so that they can have a dress, just in case parents don't want to buy them a dress, or they can't buy them a dress, or whatever the circumstance, they will have something nice to put on that day. So if y'all want to donate, hit me up. Now I'm in California, so you're gonna have to ship it here if you're not here, but I'll take the dresses, or even for the men, ties, nice shirts, slacks. We have all that provided for the kids. So I really admired that Claudia did that. And I did not know that about Claudia. So I like that was tied in her presentation. And Claudia liked what Angela wrote about her, right? So Claudia spoke out about Angela. She said, "What do you think when you hear Black China? You think curvy body, you think this and that." She said, she started out with that persona. She talked about her getting baptized, changing her life around. Like, this is the real her. She's really making changes. She's living a sober life and all that. So I'm curious to know what Angela wants to do now with her platform, now that she is turning away from Black China. Like, she still want to be in the forefront? Does she want to go back to school? Like, I'm curious to see what she would do next. Now, I heard she's supposed to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami with her boyfriend, and Jesus is not up and through Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like, girl, what you about to do on there? Unless you about to do some gospel music, girl, or some love songs, what are you about to do on there? Because that is not a good environment. That is not, I don't know. Maybe, she will be able to, I just hope she can keep her sobriety, or whatever everything she's trying to do. I hope she can keep it up if that's what she about to do over there. Like, but what you about to do over there is my concern for Angela. Okay. But I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so y'all do. Y'all let me know what is Angela doing over there when the show come out. Anyway, so Karlos and Tamar went up next. Tamar said it was hard for her to hear, stuff about herself, good things about herself. And Karlos was talking about how, she said just let them talk, just sing, and how she is a performer and an actress and all this stuff. Tamar spoke about Karlos and how, he is a comedian. He's, his star's on the rise. He wants to do big things. He wants to be a mogul. He wants to be, his name to be up there in the greats. And so he's just on the rise, right? And so everybody's, articles, what they spoke about each other was really cool. So then it was Nick's turn, but Saucy came in. So everybody's like floored because he came to class. Now, mind you, he late. I was like, Saucy, you can't do it. Like, you're not about to run these people's school. You're not about to run these people's school the way you want to run it. That is not how it works. So I don't know what he's thinking, but that's not how it works. Like, you're not about to do whatever you want to do and think it's going to be cool. So he came in, and the professor's like, okay, so everybody's here. And Saucy's like, yeah, I got something for them. Like, I got a surprise. So I guess he did write the article, because the way he was talking when Nick was getting on him about it, I had a feeling he already did it anyway. But again, I'm thinking about the other girl that did all the work to write Nick's thing as well. So, and it looked like in the previews that he's still not going to get the grade. And that's going to send him off. So anyway, next week is graduation, y'all. Thank the Lord. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of this particular episode. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We got one more video to catch up on, which is going to be Love and Marriage Huntsville. So stay on the lookout for that. If I don't do it tomorrow, I should get it done this weekend for sure. But my goal is to get it done tomorrow. And then, like I said, we're going to have to figure out something to talk about. I guess we'll talk about sisters. We'll figure out something, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want to talk about something particular, if you want to have a live and just talk about life stuff. I got a funny little story I could tell y'all. I might do, the person didn't want me to share it, but that's what they get. Somebody was trying to accuse me. I ain't gonna tell too much, but somebody was trying to accuse me of writing bad comments about them on Facebook, but they had the wrong brandy. But anyway, but yeah, I'll tell y'all that story another time. Anyway, y'all, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.